Hey, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for you. Last night I watched Renfield, the 2023 film, and liked it better the second time. Let's talk about it. With a budget of $65 million and only made $27 million at the box office, this is considered a box office flop. The 2023 film, I red boxed it back in 2023 because it had a brief theatrical release and then hit Peacock or something and was almost forgotten about. Fast forward to a year and a half, almost 2 years later, and Shout Factory has re-released the movie with Universal's help in 4K and with a Walmart exclusive steelbook. Why? I mean, a box office bomb? Well, when I red boxed it, I did a review podcast, and I haven't gone back to listen to it or anything, but I remember being kind of lukewarm on the movie. And maybe that was because of expectations, because watching it last night, I enjoyed the whole thing from beginning to end and wonder why we haven't seen more of this kind of thing. If you haven't watched it yet, this tells the story of Renfield, Dracula's familiar. He gets superpowers from eating bugs. Here's your story. We start in a self-help group where he's trying to, deal with a destructive personality that he's in a relationship with. And it's quite funny when it cuts to the relationship part of it because Dracula's ripping people apart. Now, I just reviewed a movie, The Killer's Game, that had a lot of computer-generated blood in it that was awful. This has a lot of computer-generated blood in it, and it actually works for the movie. The movie is more stylized, more vivid colors, and what they did with the blood, I think it was probably planned from the get-go because the blood looks so much better. There's some scenes that just gush blood, and you couldn't tell whether it was CG or not until they cut back to the scene, and there's some blood around, but certainly not the gallons that you saw just a few seconds earlier. Robert Kirkman had the idea of the story, yes, the Walking Dead guy, and they were originally going to somehow tie this into the whole Universal Monsters thing, but when the Mummy stiffed, they decided to do something else with it. This thing was in development for like a decade. So eventually Chris McKay made it. He's the guy who made his directing debut with the Lego Batman movie, which was pretty darn good. He's done a few other things. The Forever War, I guess, on Amazon. It's one of the other things he's done. So between those two, they got Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina, Ben Schwartz, and Nicolas Cage to star in this kind of a tongue-in-cheek, almost Evil Dead-ish, Army of Darkness-ish comedy horror movie. Seriously violent. There is a lot of gore in this film. A lot of it is practical. There's a lot of great makeup effects with the addition of some additional blood to just put it over the top. And I think that's what they were going for. I'm not the biggest fan of Awkwafina, but I think she fit the role and did quite well. Here's how it worked out for me. I watched the movie a couple years ago and thought it was okay. This 4K is coming out, and the early reviews are like, it looks stunning. Like it's a 5 out of 5 transfer. And it is. It's a native 4K transfer with Dolby Vision. It looks incredible with a new Dolby Atmos mix. Sounds incredible. Didn't already own a copy of this, so I'm thrilled. All the extras are on the Blu-ray that comes in the Steelbook or with the set, and I watched the extras first. Because I've already seen the movie a couple years ago, there weren't any surprises. And watching the extras, I really had a new appreciation of the film. The lengths they went through to just get it all right. And so watching it again, I watched the extras one night and then the movie the next night. Picked up a whole lot more out of the film. Not just little things behind the scenes, but the whole vibe of the thing and how they were trying to pay homage to certain movies and certain other times we've seen Dracula and things like that. Really went to some great lengths to reproduce some things within the mythology of this film. I think Nicholas Hoult has been on a run the last couple of years. Just about everything he's been in has been fantastic, and he's been fantastic in it. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Awkwafina, but I understand from the behind the scenes, she did a lot of research on being a cop, and she really does kind of play a different character than she did, say, in Shang-Chi. Ben Schwartz plays a bad guy, a sniveling bad guy, and he does a really good job. Shoresh Aghdashloo, I love her voice. She also is in the film and does a great job being a villain. And Nicolas Cage, he nails it. Before the movie came out, and I didn't really pay much attention, because Nicolas Cage, I mean, he's in a lot of straight-to-video stuff these days, but there's still a good actor in there, right? So he said, we've seen some really great Draculas over time. We've seen some really not great Draculas, so what are we going to do that's different? And he worked to find that fine blend between horror and comedy. I think he found it. They give him a new kind of teeth thing. They give him more superpowers. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff. There's a lot of over-the-top stuff. But this all plays into this story about Renfield. And it really is about Renfield. I remember the first time watching the film, I thought there should be more Dracula in it. This time I thought there was plenty of Dracula in it. I just got a whole different vibe from the movie this time. Maybe because I watched the extras. Maybe because I gave it a different chance and I didn't have those expectations. But it's an incredible 4K. I'm glad I took a chance on it. Looks and sounds pristine. 5 out of 5s, both reference quality. Amazing. Nice job, Shout Factory. They only put the movie on the 4K and let it breathe. They put quite a few extras on there. There's some behind the scenes, a lot of behind the scenes. They're all divided up into kind of short bits, though, 6-8 minutes. It'd be nice if they just kind of put them all together into one thing, because they do share a lot of behind the scenes. And, well, when behind-the-scenes clips start with a whole bunch of scenes from the movie that you've just watched, it doesn't really make sense to me. And then you watch like 4 of these things in a row, and they all have different scenes at the beginning to like, this is what we're going to talk about that just happened in the movie. Yes, but I just watched the movie. Now I have to sit through another minute or two intro to these things, seeing what I just saw, and then getting into it. It'd be nice if they kind of, I don't know, short attention spans. I would like a longer documentary kind of thing. Anyway. Other than that, no real complaints about the set. It's a beautiful steel book. I was just walking through Walmart. Mine had it. I was on the fence about getting it on 4K, but I thought if I saw it, I'll pick it up, and the price was right, and yeah. So it looks good on the shelf. It's a great steel book. It's a great 4K. If you already own the Blu-ray, it's up to you whether or not it's going to be worth it to upgrade, but if you have Dolby Vision and you have Dolby Atmos, yeah, just jump on it. Renfield. Liked it better the second time. This is going to be something I pull out once every year or two. It's a lot of fun, and I like gory Dracula stories. This is a good one. Renfield is now available for Shout Factory in 4K. Check it out if you're so inclined. More podcasts on the way, more videos too. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.